All right. Hey, deep divers, welcome back. Or if you're new to the show, welcome. I think we've got something really cool to dive into today, especially for those of you out there prepping for the UPSC exams.
Definitely.
Got to stay on top of all the latest developments in science and tech, especially when it comes to India. And this one is particularly interesting. ISRO just successfully germinated lobia seeds in space.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable.
Now, for anyone who might not be familiar, lobia is basically black-eyed peas. You know those little legumes you find in all sorts of dishes? Well, they're officially part of cutting-edge space research now. And trust me, there's a lot more to this than just the cool factor.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, growing anything in space is no easy feat.
Right. There are so many challenges.
Right. Like, how do you deal with no gravity for the roots or the intense radiation and limited sunlight? It's just mind-boggling. But ISRO seems to have figured it out, and the implications are huge for the future of space exploration.
It's really exciting stuff, and definitely something that UPSC aspirants should be paying attention to.
Exactly. So let's break it down. Why is growing lobia in space such a big deal? I mean, obviously, it's pretty amazing on the surface, but what's the deeper significance here?
Well, for starters, it's all about the long game, the future of humanity in space. And that ties directly to some major UPSC themes.
Okay, I'm listening.
Think food security, resource management, international cooperation, even technological innovation. These are all areas that UPSC loves to test, and space farming hits on every single one.
I'm starting to see the light here. So how does growing lobia in space connect to those bigger themes? I mean, it's not like we're all going to be eating space lobia anytime soon, right?
Well, not exactly, but the principles behind it are incredibly important. Think about it. Long-duration space missions like going to Mars need sustainable food sources. You can't exactly rely on care packages from Earth when you're millions of miles away.
Yeah, that'd be one heck of a delivery fee.
Exactly. So growing food in space becomes essential for long-term space exploration, and that ties into resource management. Space farming is a key part of creating closed-loop life support systems where you're recycling resources and minimizing waste. It's a concept that's crucial not just for space travel, but for sustainable living here on Earth, too.
Okay, now that's starting to sound very UPSC, connecting space exploration to sustainability and environmental science. I can already see the essay question. Analyze the significance of space farming for sustainable development on Earth and in space.
You got it. And don't forget the international cooperation angle. Space exploration is a global effort. Understanding ISRO's role in space farming allows you to discuss India's contributions to international scientific advancements. It shows you're aware of India's place on the world stage.
So it's not just about the science, it's about the geopolitical implications, India's technological progress, and how all of this fits into the bigger picture of space exploration.
Okay, I'm officially impressed. But now I'm even more curious about how they actually managed to grow anything in space. It sounds like a logistical nightmare. No gravity, intense radiation, limited sunlight. How do plants even survive up there?
It really is remarkable what scientists have been able to achieve. But you're absolutely right, the challenges are enormous. Take root growth, for instance. Here on Earth, roots grow downwards because of gravity. But in space, in microgravity, they have no sense of direction. They just sort of float around.
Wait, so how do you even water a plant whose roots are just drifting aimlessly?
Precisely. That's one of the major hurdles. Water behaves very differently in microgravity. It tends to clump together instead of flowing freely. So figuring out how to get water to those roots and ensuring they can properly absorb it is a huge challenge. And then there's the issue of radiation and extreme temperatures. Space is a pretty harsh environment, and delicate plants need protection. It's like trying to grow a rose in the middle of a blizzard. How did ISRO overcome these challenges? Did they, like, build a mini Earth up there or something?
Well, not quite a mini Earth, but they did develop a pretty ingenious solution, a specialized module called UPS. It's basically like a mini greenhouse designed to create an Earth-like environment for plants, even in those harsh space conditions.
Okay, I am all ears.
Yeah.
Tell me more about this UPS module. How did they manage to pull off a mini Earth in space? Did they pack a mini sun in there too?
Haha, no mini sun, but they did create a pretty amazing lighting system. But let's break down how ISRO tackled each of these challenges and how it connects back to those all-important UPSC themes you need to know. So first, let's talk about the soil. They didn't actually use regular soil, the kind you'd find in your garden. It's way too heavy and messy for space travel. Instead, ISRO used these special clay pellets.
Clay pellets. Interesting.
Yeah, they're lightweight and porous, which means they have lots of tiny holes for air and water to circulate. That's super important in microgravity where water doesn't behave the way it does on Earth.
Ah, I see. So these pellets help to manage the water better.
Exactly. And they also contain fertilizers that release nutrients slowly over time. It's like a perfectly balanced, long-lasting meal for the plants.
Clever. So they've got the soil figured out. But what about sunlight? How do you replicate the sun millions of miles away?
Well, they can't exactly bring the sun with them, right? So instead, they got creative with LED lights.
LED lights,
Yeah.
like the ones we have in our homes.
Yeah, but a bit more specialized. The Sierra PS module uses a combination of warm and cool LEDs that mimic the spectrum of sunlight that plants need for photosynthesis. It's like giving those lobia plants their own personal sun, right there in the module.
So they're getting their daily dose of sunshine, even in the depths of space.
Wow. But it's not just light and soil, right? What about temperature and air? Space can be brutally cold, and plants need to breathe, right? You're hitting all the key points. The CROPS module is designed to maintain a very specific temperature range between 20 and 30 degrees Celsius. And it also creates an Earth-like atmosphere inside with the right balance of oxygen, carbon dioxide, and other gases.
It's incredible, isn't it? They've basically created a little bubble of Earth up there in space. It makes you realize how much goes into space exploration. It's not just about rockets and astronauts. It's about recreating the conditions for life to thrive in a completely alien environment.
Exactly. And that's why this is so relevant for UPSC aspirants. These are the kinds of details that demonstrate a deeper understanding of the topic. It's not just about knowing that ISRO grew lobia in space. It's about understanding how they overcame the challenges, the technology involved, and how it all connects back to those big themes we talked about.
Okay, I'm getting it. But let's take a step back for a second. Can you imagine being part of that ISRO team, monitoring this experiment from Earth? The anticipation, the excitement, and then finally seeing those first little lobia sprouts emerge.
Oh, I bet it was an incredible moment. Years of research and planning culminating in that tiny little sprout, a symbol of human ingenuity and perseverance.
A truly inspiring achievement. So we've seen how they grew the lobia. Now the big question is, what other crops could thrive in space? Are we talking space gardens, space farms? What's next?
That's a great question. It's not just about growing anything in space, it's about selecting the right crops for long-term sustainability. Think about the nutritional needs of astronauts, the efficiency of resource use, and even the psychological benefits of having fresh food. It's like designing a menu for a space colony, right?
A space menu. I love it. So what's on the menu? What are the ideal space crops?
Well, first up, leafy greens. Things like lettuce, spinach, and kale. They grow quickly, don't need a lot of space, and are packed with vitamins and minerals. Perfect for a space salad.
Space salad. Sounds delicious. But you can't survive on salad alone. What about something a bit more substantial?
Of course. That's where beans and peas come in. They're excellent sources of protein, which is crucial for maintaining muscle mass and overall health in space. Plus, they have this amazing ability to fix nitrogen in the soil, which helps with the long-term sustainability of the growing system.
Wow, so they're like multitasking space beans.
Yeah.
Food and fertilizer all in one way. Pretty impressive.
Right. It's all about maximizing efficiency. And for long-term sustenance, we can't forget about root vegetables and grains.
Space potatoes. Space rice. Now we're talking. Those are the kind of staples that could feed a space colony.
Exactly. Root vegetables like radishes and carrots are relatively easy to grow and pack a nutritional punch. Grains, like wheat and rice, are a bit more challenging, but they're crucial for providing carbohydrates and calories. It's like putting together a balanced meal plan, but for space.
It's fascinating to think about all the factors involved, the challenges, and the potential rewards. Fresh, homegrown food on the moon or Mars. It's like something out of a science fiction novel.
And it highlights another key point for UPSC aspirants. Space exploration isn't just about science and technology. It also involves logistics, resource management, and even economics. Understanding these interconnected aspects can really elevate your answers and show a more holistic understanding.
Okay, I'm taking notes. Leafy greens, beans and peas, root vegetables, grains. We've got a pretty good space menu going here. But what about dessert? Surely our space pioneers deserve a treat every now and then.
Of course. We can't forget about fruits. Imagine biting into a juicy, fresh strawberry grown on Mars, a symbol of human resilience and ingenuity.
A Mars strawberry. Now that's a headline. I'd love to see ISRO successfully grow strawberries on Mars. UPSC aspirants rejoice.
It would be a momentous achievement. But it's not just about the symbolism. Fruits add essential vitamins and antioxidants to the diet, and they also have a psychological benefit. Fresh, flavorful food can boost morale and well-being, which is crucial in a challenging environment like space.
It's amazing how something as simple as a strawberry can have such a profound impact. So we've talked about the crops, the challenges, and the incredible achievements of ISRO. But there's another layer to this story, isn't there? The lessons we can learn from space farming and apply to our own planet.
Absolutely. Space farming is like a testing ground for sustainable practices. It forces us to think creatively, to use resources efficiently, and to minimize waste. The techniques developed for growing food in space, like hydroponics and closed-loop systems, can be adapted and applied to agriculture here on Earth.
So it's like a two-way street. What we learn in space can benefit life back home.
Precisely. Space farming is a powerful reminder that innovation often comes from tackling seemingly impossible challenges. It shows us what's possible when we push the boundaries of human ingenuity. It's all about pushing the boundaries and finding new ways to sustain life beyond Earth. And those lessons are incredibly valuable for us here on Earth, too.
It's like a cosmic reminder that we're all interconnected, right?
Yeah.
What we do here affects what we can do out there, and vice versa.
Exactly. So let's bring it back down to Earth, so to speak. For all you UPSC aspirants out there, how can you take this knowledge of space lobia, space salads, and Martian strawberries and turn it into exam success?
Yeah, how do we connect all of this to what the examiners are looking for?
Well, it's all about recognizing those key themes that UPSC loves to see: technological innovation, sustainable development, self-sufficiency, ethical considerations of scientific progress. These are the golden threads that run through ISRO's Lobia experiment. And understanding those connections is key to crafting those impressive answers that will get you noticed.
So it's not just about rattling off facts about how Lobia grew in space. It's about going deeper, showing the examiners that you understand the wider context, the implications, the big picture.
Exactly. Think about it. ISR's success isn't just a win for science, it's a win for India. It showcases our technological capabilities, our ingenuity, and our growing role on the world stage. That's the kind of narrative that UPSC examiners love to see.
It's a bit of an India shining moment, right? But in a very real, tangible way.
Precisely. It's about demonstrating national pride, but also about highlighting India's contributions to solving global challenges.
Like food security and sustainability, right? Those are issues that affect everyone, not just astronauts on a space mission.
Exactly. Space farming is a perfect example of doing more with less, optimizing resources, minimizing waste concepts that are crucial for building a more sustainable future here on Earth.
It's like a master class in resource management, but with a cosmic twist.
Yeah.
And it shows that we can learn from our endeavors in space and apply those lessons back home.
Absolutely. And for UPSC aspirants, it's a reminder that space exploration isn't just about rockets and satellites. It's about pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and finding innovative solutions to complex challenges. And those skills are highly valuable no matter what field you choose to pursue.
So it's not just about the science, it's about the bigger picture, the connections, the implications for humanity. Those are the things that really make an impression.
You got it. And remember, UPSC is all about connecting the dots between seemingly disparate fields, showing that you can think critically and analyze complex issues. Space farming is a perfect example. It touches upon science and technology, environmental science, ethics, international relations. It's a microcosm of the challenges and opportunities facing humanity in the 21st century.
And it all started with that humble lobia seed, germinating in the vast expanse of space. Proof that even the smallest steps can have a huge impact.
It's a story of innovation, collaboration, and the unwavering human spirit that seeks to explore the unknown. And who knows what incredible discoveries await us on this journey. It's a truly exciting time to be alive and to witness humanity's next giant leap into the cosmos.
Well said. And on that note, we wrap up another deep dive. A huge thank you to our expert for sharing their insights and to all of you for joining us on this journey. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this episode with your fellow UPSC enthusiasts. And if you're craving more in-depth analysis, be sure to check out the Indian Express newspaper, the source of today's fascinating deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep reaching for the stars.